You on? This is the picture of motivation and inspiration right over there. If you can see that. And that's grit, determination, honor, intensity, endurance. Like those are all the words that describe that picture right there. We're feeling a little sleepy this morning. I feel a little sleepy because she snores like a train. I mean, like a train. What were those trains in China? The bullet train? Are those loud?
I don't know. I think they were quiet.
Well, if she's one of those, she's not a quiet one. I'm just kidding. She's quiet. I never hear a peep out of her. She just looks mad. Because we're so tired, and someone jumped on and immediately jumped off. I was like, nope, not dealing with that energy. So it is just about to be 5 a.m. Central Time here in Dallas, Texas. And we're trying to wake up. We're trying to get our energy up for a workout. We're just feeling tired. Let's see, 95. Today's a good day for me because today I get to work chest, which if you've been following for any period of time, you'll know I've got some atrophy issues from my neck injury, my surgery I had 70 plus days ago. And my right pec is noticeably smaller than my left. When I say noticeably, I think most people don't notice, but at a certain angle, you can definitely see it. And so I am cleared to load the bench press. And so I'm glad I'm excited about chest day because now I can start loading a little bit and put that smaller atrophied right pec under some weight, which hopefully will help it grow. Here in a minute, I'll show you the difference between the two. And then, let me turn the light on too. And then I'm also excited because I got this new bar. Let's see if I can flip this camera around and show you the multi-grip Olympic barbell. I've used it for one workout so far. This right here. That's pretty cool. I have seen these over the years. Never actually got one. But then I got one, obviously now. Wish I would have got it a lot sooner. It's a nice piece of equipment. Really takes the work off my shoulder. My shoulder is unable to take over. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my first set. We're at 95 pounds. I can't remember what I did last time. I have my workout log in my phone, but I'm talking to you guys, so I can't look at that right now. But I'm gonna do 95 pounds using this barbell, and just try to get a little bit of load in that right pec. So if you got any comments, feel free to leave them in the chat. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. I almost forgot, because of my injury, I need to put some neck support behind me. So right now I'm just using a rolled towel. However, I did just order something that's like a head support. It's designed to strap onto the bench, so it doesn't have to be moved and re-roll or anything like that. But until that gets here on Thursday, so tomorrow, I gotta use this rolled towel. Okay. 9 reps, felt good. Felt a good stretch. That's the weight we're gonna stay on. Not too hard, not too easy. You can feel the load on the right side. A lot of the effort is taken off of the shoulders because of the way that barbell is designed. Start my time here. Hope you guys are having a good morning. We are struggling. I'm looking over. She's yawning. She's yawning while she's on the treadmill. That is not a good thing. After this, got to get ready to get some kids to school. And then I got another physical therapy session. We'll probably hook up the zapper machine and electrocute my right pec to help get it firing even more. But we're getting started early with this, with the load here. 10 reps. Honestly, I feel like cranking them out a little faster than I should. So on this next round, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Really try to control the negative a lot better. Reset my time. But they felt good. Show you what I'm talking about here. My right back. The difference between the two. See from the front. Treated like an object in here. Someone's whistling at me. From the front, you can't really tell the difference too well. But from an angle, you can see healthy left, smaller, kind of more deflated looking right. So that's what we're working on. That's been one of the effects of my neck injury and my surgery. My neck injury and subsequent surgery is parts of me shrunk a little bit. Hey, Melissa Batani says, hey there. Hey, how's it going? Good morning. Welcome. That's been one of the effects is right pec has shrunk compared to the left pec. Slowly gaining some size, but still some ways to go. If you see, you get a much better contraction on the left than I do the right. So it's mainly the upper pec. I need that to fill up or develop more. That'll pull everything up and, you know, match the left side. So we're gonna go set number 3. Good. 8 reps, felt it in the right side, which is where I need the work to be right now. At least the majority of the work. Especially that last one. That last one, I could feel the right side really trying to engage. And the more that can engage, the more it can contract. And the more it can start to rebuild. Let's see, Melissa Batani. Appreciate the comment. If you don't mind, hit that like button while you're here. Something else I've noticed, and I'm not sure how well it'll show on camera. Let's see. Got a weird divot in my chest. Let's see if I can get that to show up here. Get out of that. Get out of the shadow. So right in here, there's a weird divot. And it's hard to see. It's not translating on camera very well, which honestly is probably a good thing. It means it's harder for really the untrained eye to know the difference or see a difference. But I see myself every day. I know what I look like. I know what normal is, not normal is. So it's definitely something I notice. But anyways, it's hard to see, but it's kind of it's almost like the chest is just kind of flat here. No matter how much I contract, this is just sunken in. Kind of see it there. So I got physical therapy this morning later. I'm gonna be asking about that because everything else seems to be getting full, getting a pump, developing to a degree, except for this weird spot right in here. And I can just feel, I can feel bone under there. All right, fourth working set, standard bench press using multi-grip Olympic barbell. Reps. You done? Okay. My workout partner's leaving. She gave up, I think. Just kidding. All right, fourth set, 8 reps. I'm having trouble getting up this morning, guys. You know what I used to do? As a way to like really get the blood going and wake up on days like this one where I feel like it's just a struggle. Used to just drop down and just do some burpees. You know, you do 20 burpees. You said I feel very awake. However, I'm not doing burpees. If you guys know, I broke my neck 2.5 months ago from doing a burpee. Just a regular burpee. Thought I pulled a muscle throughout the course of 9 days and declining mobility. Turned out I had a broken neck. So I'm not doing burpees to wake up. I'll tell you what, that neck injury, prior to the surgery, some of the worst pain I ever felt. I never want to go back to that. And like I said, I went 9 days without without the surgery. Went to a few different doctors. Everybody's convinced I just pulled a muscle. Turned out that was not the case. Even got on a plane at one point, which do not recommend. And of course, because of the way the timing and seating and stuff worked out, somehow I went from having an aisle seat to ended up by the window. That was a pain. Anyways, now we're going to hit the 5th set. Got 8 reps. The last 2 times, we're gonna aim for that again. 8 reps. Feel good, 8 reps. Let me change my time. All right, give it about another minute. We're gonna do one more working set on the standard bench press using that multi-grip Olympic barbell. And then we'll switch to something else. Take my workout partners back. Full of enthusiasm. Look at that. Energy, aggression, passion, endurance, stamina. That's what you're looking at right there. That's what you saw walk by. I mean, if you're looking for some random early Wednesday motivation, you just saw a glimpse of it right there. Just saw a glimpse of it right there. If you just tuned in, you missed it. Here in the gym with my lovely wife. And she just walked by with a ton of energy, like a ton. I mean, if you needed to know how to have passion and intensity in the mornings when you wake up, like she was the example. There's another sneak peek right there. See her yawning? Yep. Yeah. Struggling. She is struggling. I'll tell you what's up. All right, last working set on bench press. So we got a few more people to join. Thank you for jumping in. Right now, what we're working on is the atrophy issue I've got in my right pec from my neck surgery. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Helps us out. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Helps us out. If you like some of the funny banter she and I have going back and forth, there's a lot of that on our channel. Eight reps, felt good. Hit that like button, show your support, appreciate that. So now what we're gonna do, is we're gonna move to the incline bench press, which is gonna be important for me, considering a lot of the atrophy issues are in the upper chest. So this will help me, hopefully, load and start to rebuild that upper chest. So I need to move some of the settings around real quick. So while I'm doing that, feel free to add some comments in the chat, some questions. Feel free to hit the like button if you haven't done that already. I know it's likely early for a lot of you. I don't know what time some of you got up or anything like that, but I appreciate you spending your time. Appreciate you spending your time in the gym with us. See if this setting is right here in just a minute. Okay. Now we're going incline bench press. Let me work on the upper chest for my left pec. That's a good setting right there. In the meantime, hit the chat, hit the like button. Add to the chat if you got any questions, comments, whatever. It's about that time. Usually we start getting somebody trolling around now, so I don't know if it's time for that. And that's usually followed by some sort of subsequent dad lecture from me, depending on what's said. So maybe that'll pop up in a minute here too. All right, we're gonna go. I have to put my weight on. Took my weight off, I have to put it back on. So let me put that back on, and then we'll do this first set for incline. Let's go ahead and hit incline bench, targeting the upper chest where I'm having the atrophy issues because of my injury. Hoping to get a nice good pump in that part of the pec that just having trouble waking it up. Right. 8 reps, incline press. I'm at about 95 pounds. Let's see, 95. Supposedly the barbell weighs 45 pounds by itself. I don't know if I'm buying it. I've been working out for a long time. Been lifting that multi-grip Olympic barbell. It seems a lot bulkier and heavier than just a standard barbell, but according to the specs, it's 45 pounds. So 25 on each side puts me reportedly at 95 pounds, which is fine. Enough to give me some resistance, enough to help me contract the muscle, especially this right side that's struggling to rebuild since my injury. If you guys haven't hit the like button yet, please do. Helps me out, that's for sure. I'm going to hit the second set now, incline bench press. This is the one I really need to focus on, especially with the negatives. Try to get a good contraction out of the right side, which is where the atrophy is occurring from my injury. I'll show you guys here, if you're new, just now jumping on, at an angle You can kind of see the difference between the two. Left side, nice and healthy. Nice contraction. Right side, not as much. Definitely missing something. Some of the muscle in there is still asleep, trying to wake it up. All right, while I do this next set, hit the like button, please. If you got comments, questions, feel free to drop them in. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Seven reps, really. That last one, I was really feeling the last one. There she goes. She's kicking it into a different gear now. So what she's been doing, she hates running. Absolutely hates running. Even if a bear chased her, she would walk. But she knows she's got to get herself out of the comfort zone. She knows she's got to run. Oh. So what she's committed to is each week she adds on an additional minute to her run. This week I think she's at 5 minutes. So, good for her. I hate running too. I hate any kind of movement that requires fast movement, or quick movement. Even when I have to go shopping with her, move pretty slow, move around like an ogre. I did not shake this up very well. It's got a big chunk of pea protein. It tastes like dirt. Anybody else here ever had pea protein? You've really got to be strategic with what liquid you mix it with to make it drinkable. Otherwise, it's rough. But I can't do whey, so I'm lactose intolerant. I have to find alternatives, and all of the alternatives are disgusting. I'm gonna hit another set. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Want to leave a comment, question, go right ahead. Curious on anyone else's take on pea protein, if you ever tried it. 6 reps. I was really hoping to get 7, but I was kind of concerned that if I went for that 7th one, I wasn't going to be able to get it back where it needs to go. So we're at 6 there. It's our 3rd working set. And at least 2 or 3 more to go. She's still over there yawning. She is struggling. What do they say? Like, she's on the struggle bus. Is that, you'll still say that? She's struggling. I'm at least past the yawns. I finished my pre-workout coffee. I'm at least not yawning anymore, but I'm still tired. It's been kind of a rough week. Hope you all been having a good week. And the week's not over. It's about to get. Sorry, I was reading something that popped up. The week's about to get a little bit more challenging, but top it off with a bang, I guess you could say. All right. I'm gonna go for 4th working set. We're at just 95 pounds, which is all my atrophied chest can handle. And got 6 reps last time. Be happy if I get another 6 reps. Let's try this again. I had 6 reps on that 4th set. I can feel it. There's something in here. It's wanting to wake up. It's just struggling to. Whoever hit the like button, thank you. I appreciate that. It's a slow live morning, so every like button matters, so I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Give it just a little bit more time, and then we'll do this 5th set. First set, we're at 95 pounds for all of it. Trying to build up this right pec that's atrophied from my injury to match the left. It's kind of hard to tell straight on. Turn to the side, you can see the difference. This one's definitely smaller than this one. Trying to build those back up. First set, at 95 pounds, I hit 8 reps. Second set, 7 reps. Third and 4th set, I hit 6 reps. So let's see if I can hit another 6 for the 5th round. For the 5th set. Try to hit 6 reps for the 5th set. 9?
Not quite,
Huh?
not quite.
Six reps for that 5th set. We're going to go ahead and move on from this, and we're going to do sort of like a low to high band fly. And we're going to do some isolation work because my right pec, I need to do some isolation work on that exclusively so I can get it to match the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab an easy lightweight band. Let's see. And honestly, I'll probably do some regular flies too. So I'm going to anchor it low, and then I'll anchor it the same height as my shoulder. And I'm going to work on isolating and targeting that right pec. Try to help it catch up to the left. We'll start with the 5 pound. We don't have a ton of strength in that pec, so we're going with the pink band today. So with this one, try to pull from the bottom, squeeze up in here. Now here's where I'm talking about. I was talking about earlier. You kind of see the divot in my chest. It's part of my chest for whatever reason. It's just not activating like everywhere else around it. That was never a thing before. It started showing up after my surgery. And I was finally getting some restrictions lifted, so got an appointment with the PT today. We'll talk about that and see what's going on. I don't know if that part of the muscle's damaged or it's just still asleep or what. It's just kind of strange, just right in here. Yeah, right in there. Can't get any activation. So we'll call those low to high band flies. Got 15 of those just on the one side, exclusively working on the one side. And then we're just going to do some just standard band flies from shoulder level. See if we can try to target it from a different direction. Really want to get some good activation on that right pec, catch it up to the left following my surgery and the atrophy issues I'm having. There's the spot again. This is trying to get a good contraction there. There's just nothing there. So when I go to PT today, that's the part that I really want to target. Still got a few of you guys on. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. It really helps me out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to become a subscriber. I drop content every single day, at least once a day. I give daily updates how I'm doing following my my spine surgery. I think today is going to be day 75. Yesterday, we ended with day 74. We did an atrophy update. There's 13. And I finally put a 1/4 of an inch back on my right arm, so I'm catching up slowly. Took a long time. Still got 3/4 of an inch to go before I'm symmetrical again. All right, let's see if we got a comment here from somebody. We got Andy says, yes, sir, feel the burn. Thanks, man, appreciate it. Hey, hit that like button if you haven't hit it yet. So trying to feel the burn for sure. Struggling to feel the burn though. If you're just now jumping on, haven't been in the channel before, had spine surgery now 75 days ago, and I'm trying to rebuild. My right side is smaller than my left, and my muscles have atrophied, which is why it's smaller than my left. So I'm trying to rebuild. So got done doing some bench press, some incline. Now I'm trying to do some isolation work just on that right side. Okay. I wonder if this is metal. That might be better. Let me reposition this. I think I found a better spot. Yes. That's better. Let's see, we've got something else here. Andy says, OS bro, glad you're doing great on your recovery. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That really does mean a lot. Yeah, I'm doing much better than I was, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, only being able to lift, I was restricted to only 15 pounds for a month and a half. And then recently I've been able to, actually it's probably longer than that, 2 months. Recently I've been able to bump it back up. So now I'm really trying to rebuild and catch up. This right side is smaller than the left. It's kind of a pain, so trying to get something going here. Hit that like button if you haven't, man. If you're not a subscriber, jump on. I do daily updates on my progress. I got updates on there about, I was a pro wrestler for a number of years, for about 10 years. Had to stop that now because of my injury. But I still contribute to that life, or that industry. Got a bunch of kids. Got a hot-tempered, fiery Latina for a wife. Got a unique life, that's for sure. But all of that, we posted more on our channel. So if you haven't subscribed, feel free to be a subscriber and kind of catch up. It's kind of nice having a community on there. Some of you guys are really great, checking in, asking how I'm doing. Some of you guys comment regularly, give me some encouragement, which is helpful. You know, I mean, we're all human. Going through my injury, there was a period of time there where I kind of started feeling dark, and I was getting really, really down, really frustrated. And sometimes, you know, getting messages from some of you guys was helpful, you know, telling me to hang it in there, or giving advice or suggestions, or people who've been through the same thing. There's 14. And there's 15. Good. All right. Andy says, it's good to have that good energy around you. Yeah, no kidding. You're right. It really is. You know, I got to say too, I mean, I've got a really good support system here at home. I've got the most encouraging, amazing woman. I remember, when I was really in the thick of it, going through the recovery phase. I just had surgery. I'm not supposed to like move my neck anywhere. Everything was super robotic. I'm not supposed to tilt or lean back. It was all very tricky. And the first time I had to use the bathroom, I remember thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to clean myself? This is going to be, and she's outside the door, knocking on the door. Do you need help? Like she was willing to help me clean myself. So that's when I knew it definitely was love. But I got a good support system at home too. All right, we're gonna move back to isolated right flies on the right side. Really trying to wake up that muscle there. Get a little higher. Suddenly that Creed song, Higher, entered my brain as I said that. Anybody else do that when they're walking through life and somebody says something or they say something to themselves like I just did, and then a song enters your head all of a sudden? If you guys haven't hit the like button, please do so. It helps me out. Appreciate the comments that have come through. It's been kind of a slow morning, but I'm grateful for anybody who's taken time to comment, especially you, Andy. Appreciate the encouragement. Not sure if you're still on. I think maybe you've jumped off. But if you watch it later on the replay, thanks for jumping in. I appreciate that. Hope to have you as a subscriber. Like you said, it's good to have that good energy. The more good energy, the more good people encouraging you in your life, the better. I gotta say, I didn't know what to expect whenever I started this YouTube channel and subsequently started doing these lives. You hear a lot of horror stories online about just people just being brutal as far as their comments or their critiques or their feedback. So I kind of, there's always a little bit of hesitancy, is this going to be accepted well? Are people going to be really critical and just try to tear you down, which, I'm an older guy. I don't really care so much what people think like I once did as a younger man. But still, you don't necessarily want to sign up to be a punching bag. So I wondered if that'd be the case. I got to be honest, not as much of that as I thought there'd be. Now, there is some. Every once in a while, you get someone who jumps on and trolls you, which is fine. You're not going to avoid it completely, but I've had more positive engagement, encouraging interaction. I've had more of that than I did in any of the negative stuff. Every once in a while, you get someone on here who I guess they just wake up that day and being an a-hole is kind of what they decide they want to do. But for the most part, I don't really get a lot of that. All right. Just got a comment before I start this next round. ET said this is positive. Yeah, I try to keep it positive. I appreciate it. You said lies? You're saying, or are you saying this live is not positive, or are you saying that you've encountered the other? What are you saying? All right, so like I said before, while I'm doing this set, trying to rebuild my right pec. If you're just now jumping on, kind of wonder what's going on here. I had neck surgery, spine surgery. See, there's 3. So we're on day 75 now. So I've got atrophy on the right side of my body, specifically in my right pec and in my right tricep. So I'm trying to rebuild. I'm isolating the work here. I'm trying to build up this right side better. I'm trying to get good contraction and catch back up. So I'm a little symmetrical. 10. If you guys haven't hit the like button yet, please do. It helps me out. You know what that guy was talking about? I think he's gone now.
I have no idea. I don't know what he meant by this. I don't know say?
Just talking about how I've gotten more positive engagement through this than I have negative. You know, every once in a while there's negative. And then he wrote, "This is positive." And then he said lies. You think he was trolling?
Okay.
You think we had a troll wake up, decide to jump on him? Okay. I'll be down in a minute. Love you. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap up here pretty soon. Gotta help get kids to school, gotta go to physical therapy, gotta go to work, gotta do all that normal everyday stuff that we all have to do. Let's see, we've got Live Sam. Live Sam says, "Hey, last time I checked, you did 2 pull-ups. How about now, mate?" So actually, I did 3, but I did them sporadic. Like I didn't do them all at once. I did 3 with about a minute to a minute and a half in between each. I'm not doing any now. So I did a live. I want to say I even did a short update. I did a live and a short update recently, and went to PT. And he said, "Listen, let's try to do those just once a week as a test." And so I will not be attempting the pull-up again until, I want to say it's Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday. Keep a lookout. I'll do a live so that we have footage of it, and then I'll even repost the live for a replay in case you miss it. But I want to be able to do 2 in a row. That's the goal. But I can't do pull-ups every day. You know, if you recall, I don't know if you were on for this part, man, Live Sam, but there was a sharp pain I started to feel a little later in my workout, and that pain was in the same spot that I felt the pain when I broke my neck. So I stayed away from it, went to the PT. He said essentially he thinks because the pull-ups recruit so much muscles in the back, even those small muscles that support the spine, he thinks I just kind of woke up some of those muscles, and that might have kind of pulled some things a certain way. But ultimately, I've been moving fine, so there's no damage necessarily. But I will try to do another one this weekend. I want to get 2 in a row. That's the goal. I appreciate you asking. Let's see what else you got here. You said, "Keep up the good work, mate." Hey, appreciate that, man. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Live Sam jumped on. I think he jumped on for the first time last week. Had encouraging things to say. You know, like I said, when I first started doing this, I thought, I was going to get a lot of people trolling and negative feedback and people just trying to tear you apart. Seems like anytime you want to do something good for yourself, people tear you apart. But I've gotten the opposite. I'd say 90 to 95% of the feedback I get on here is good. Every once in a while, you'll get something in there where someone's got something negative to say, but I don't have nearly as much of that as I thought I would. So guys like Live Sam, they keep me encouraged for sure. They keep me motivated. I mean, that right there, him asking about that, wanting to know if I'm doing better. I'm naturally a driven, competitive person. It makes me go, man, I want to try that again. I want to see if I can get 2 in a row, 3 in a row. Knowing that you got someone checking in on you and watching makes you want to do better. So if you guys haven't hit the like button, please do. We're about to end this live for the day. We got to get some kids to school. We got to get the physical therapy. We got to do that job thing that we all have to do in order to support our families. So we're gonna have to shut this one down here in a minute. Trying to get a nice, good contraction on that right pec. Really want to catch that up to the left side. It's coming along slow. The physical therapist and I've been talking. I was asking, why does it feel like I'm able to build the tricep back faster than I can the pec? And his explanation was essentially, the tricep, it's kind of an isolated muscle. It doesn't have a whole lot of other muscles when you work it that try to jump in and do the job as long as your form is right. The muscle is kind of different there. When I say the pec muscle is kind of different because it's connected to your shoulder. Your triceps want to kick in. You got to make sure your form is really clean. And so when the pec is damaged and has to be built back up, there's a higher likelihood with that muscle and where it's located in the body that other areas are going to try to compensate and do the job. So that's kind of the struggle there. All right, we're going to do one more standing band fly, isolated just to the right side. And the focus here, I want to get really, really good contraction. Let's see if I can try to wake something up in this one little spot, this little divot, where I've got most of the atrophy issues. After this, we're going to go ahead and shut this live down. We're going to end it for the day. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you got a comment or a question before we go, now's the time. I'd love to interact with you before I go. There's a nice good contraction. See, there's that divot I'm talking about. Just can't get that part of the muscle to wake up. Appreciate you guys tuning in if you have. I don't know what time it is, where you're from. Here in Dallas, Fort Worth. It's almost 6 a.m. I'm almost finished with this workout. So if it's early morning for you guys and you're on watching, hey, I appreciate it. I'm sure you got better things to do with your time than watch some old injured dude try to work out, regain a little bit of glory, try to rebuild broken muscles. Here we go. Last one. 10. There we go. Good. Oh, there's my alarm. I've got the little one awake. Hey, baby princess. You see good? Good. I'll be in there in just a second. Okay, make sure you feed the dog. All right. So that's my cue. I have to go get ready and get her to school. Actually, I think I'm taking the boy to school this time. Taking one of them to school, and then I gotta go to PT, and then I gotta go to work. So thank you all for jumping on. Those of you who jumped on, thank you for the comments, the likes. If you've subscribed, I appreciate that. Hope you enjoy the content. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. I don't know if I'll be doing a live tomorrow morning or later this evening, so be on the lookout. But I've got some work obligations that are kind of out of the norm, so it's kind of throwing me off my regular routine. But I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye.